Well, hello, guys, and welcome to Beer with Thor. We are going to be drinking all free. This is a zero point 0.0 alcohol beer, so this is actually not even considered a beer. It's considered a hops beverage, I think. So, YouTube, this is not actually beer. Well, it's beer, but it's not. It's not beer. So, I am going to crack a cold one, and we are going to talk about Thor. This video will last as long as the beer lasts, so if you want to go ahead and grab a cold one, go ahead. Pause to do it, obviously. So we're gonna pour here. I actually got this for Odin to pay back a debt, and it takes some getting used to, but it's a pretty decent beer. So cheers. And skull and hail to the gods and goddesses, hail to Thor, hail to thee. Yeah, the first one was an adjustment, but I've never really been a beer drinker, but this is one I actually like. So, Thor. He's like, there's no alcohol in that, right? No, there's not, or YouTube would get very upset. Um, so Thor, he's been amazing lately. It's actually Thursday as we film this, and I had a beer with him earlier, and I had those bourbon sausages, those Armor Franks, those little ones in the can. They make bourbon barbecue ones, and they're really good. And we had that. We had that with a beer, with one of these all free beers, and we had some crackers. Simple man to please. Mhm. This is a more bitter beer, but the profile is very clean. It's not super strong. Like if you are used to drinking regular beer and you're going to drink this, it is kind of a seltzer profile to it. There's no mistaking that, but there is hops in that in here. It's just not allowed to hang out a long enough time to make alcohol content, I believe. Um, and for dinner, we made a can of beef, Keystone beef. We put that up. Thor's beer, beef, and bacon stew. It was amazing. We rehydrated some potatoes from a number 10 can. We threw the beef in there. Some of that bacon jerky that you get from is it Jack Link's that you can get in a pouch for $4 or $5. And then we put just a little onion powder and some pepper on it. That was it. That was one of the best things I've ever made, according to Thor. So he is a simple god to please, and I think that's one thing I like. Mm. And I have seen, articles where they're like, "Oh no, if you buy for the Norse gods, it has to be top shelf and everything else." I'm not saying he wouldn't appreciate it, but he's also the guy you can have a beer with, and you could take him to the DQ and he'd be just fine. In fact, the offer today was, I didn't even know what it cost, but I was looking at the DQ menu online, and they got these like Van Dancy bacon cheeseburger doodle waffles now. I get laughter back here from them. I said, I will get you two of those. I'm willing to walk up, get you two of those, or I will make you canned beef. And he goes, canned beef? And he goes, will you throw some of those potatoes in? He really just wanted beef with potatoes. He was like, don't add the other vegetables, beef and potatoes. And he's like, can I have some bacon? And so that was really nice. And I said, sure. And then I went in to look in like our cans, and we had chicken or beef. And I said, you can have one now, and then we'll make the other one next week. So he's really simple to please like that, and the act of cooking, the act of the labor pleased him, so that was something good too. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm gonna pause for 1 second. Sorry about this. Sorry about that, guys. Allergies. Yeah, cook over hot stove, activate allergies. Anyhow, he's really simple to please. Stuff like that, with making good decisions, it's far more economical to make a beer at home. You make a beer at home to make stew at home. Look, he's watching us and he's laughing. I swear there's no alcohol in here. It's far more economical to cook at home. He does like a good value. If you have the spending money, you could go either way, but if you're saving your pennies, he's like, yeah, you have food, make the food you have at home. And we also started a new world in Minecraft. We called it Thor's World. I was going to build him this big epic thing, and he was thinking of it too, but then we found a mountain with goats on it. And he said, "Oh, build me something here." So we are building for Thor on Goats Mountain. And it's small, but we have it built. It's small compared to what I thought I was going to build for him. But he's happy with it. So he's that kind of god that he can change his mind. And he liked doing the exploring too. That was something, doing stuff with him together, not just like as a spells thing, because I'm open about that, but as an act of worship, as an act of spending time together. Excuse me. The art of exploring in Minecraft or any other thing, exploring a bookstore, whatever, it's important to Thor. He loves to travel, remember. And this isn't like super heavy. I'm really not much of a beer drinker, but when I would drink wine, whether it was regular or alcohol free, um, I've never had a carbonated wine, but I would say it's as light as a wine. It's really free. It is from Japan. They're selling all free, I think, on the West Coast, and no, I'm not getting paid to say this, and on Amazon, but you can get it in this country now. Ridiculous ads for it from Japan, and I think is it Taiwan or Korea? But yeah, he appreciated this. They appreciate stuff like that too. Like I cannot mix alcohol with my medications, and I retired from drinking undefeated. So if you can do something like find a safe substitute, they're fine. They are totally fine with tap water too, if that's what you have. It's the intention behind what you're doing. One mug down. Whew. We might not finish the second mug because I'm going to tell you what. It's a light beer, but we just finished that beef stew, so we might not finish this up, but we will try to make a dent in this. It's a pretty big can. It's a pretty big can, and you get not quite 2 mugs out of it. It's what is this, anyways? 11.8 fluid ounces, so it's bigger than those little mini cans of Pepsi you see me drinking, so we might not finish the whole thing. But what else about Thor? He's really laid back, and he's okay with the fact that I'm often busy with Odin or I'm often busy with Loki. And if I get caught up with friends online and I don't talk to Thor for a while, he's okay with that. He does make sometimes requests, like today was Thursday, so I lit him a candle and I lit him some incense, and he said, "Could I have another incense?" And I said, "Sure, you can have another incense." So he got 2, maybe 3 sticks. And again, excuse me, this is carbonated. It's carbonated like a seltzer. So if you have a reaction to like seltzer-based drinks, you're gonna have a reaction to this. Excuse me. And he was fine with that. And he's been the one that like Odin's pretty easygoing too, but like lately, especially like with the summer, it was super hot. If I just wanted to make trail mix and nibble on some trail mix, that was fine. As long as I was getting like the bare minimum number of calories, he didn't care. He's not a very demanding god. He's not. If I had said to him, "I don't want to play Minecraft, I don't want to do that," in fact, I was the one that offered, he would have been fine. In fact, when we were building it, I was getting a little tired at one point. He's like, "Let's just stop. Let's just stop." And we went back in and we finished it up. So, he's not only easygoing, he's not very demanding if you want to work, but everyone's relationship is different. Some people, especially Thor's men or women, Thor's people, might go, "Oh, he's not demanding, huh? Let me tell you about what I'm building in my backyard." Yes. If you have the ability, yes, you might be doing more advanced stuff, but for me with the disabilities and that, anything I can do is something he appreciates. Just watching me clean can be an act of service for him. That's what I love about him. I know with pagans we tend to try to fit the service to our god, but he's real easygoing. It doesn't always have to be Thor based, so it wouldn't have to always be something you feel is related to Thor. Cooking like that made him happy. Drinking a beer, starting a new venture with the beer with Thor, any of it's good. And we probably will have to, if we keep beer with Thor up, we're probably gonna have to switch to something other than beer just to give you guys a head up. But, he likes that. He likes hard work. Whether hard work for you is being a lumberjack, or it's working at an office job all day, or maybe you're working at home, or maybe you have severe disabilities and it's honestly hard work to get up and just move through the day. Whatever it is, I'm getting that nod. That is what he loves. That is a great way to honor him. So, as a person with disabilities, sometimes me just getting out of bed is a victory, and he's okay with that. Loki, I almost choked on my beer. Loki's like, this sure makes you talkative. I'm not sure if I'm pleased or jealous, but um, great God, easy going, nice to work with. Had a super relaxing day. It was kind of rainy today too, so it was wonderful Thor's weather, and had to go get something done yesterday. Well, the day before yesterday, came home yesterday, and the way up and the way back, it was stormy weather, and there was glorious thunder while I was waiting for my ride, and it was just epic. Um, he was happy with me playing AC/DC Thunderstruck a couple times this morning. I know I keep coming back to how light the service is, but I grew up Roman Catholic, and if you are Roman Catholic, you know that's not light. That's standing and sitting and kneeling and jumping and doing jumping jacks, not quite, but it feels like it. It's really easy to get along with Thor, and he loved the idea of beer with Thor, and I kind of took a snapshot of the poll I put up. Maybe, Loki will pull ahead at some point, but Thor was actually happy with this idea because remember Thor's feat of drinking, if you remember that. And Thor drank so much that he caused the tides in the ocean. Very impressive feat. I am not doing quite so well with this, and I certainly couldn't knock back his horn. He has this huge horn over there, and I certainly could not knock that back, but we agreed that at least for the first time, you needed to see what this looked like as a beer. And maybe, if we do this again, we'll do this in a horn or something. Though I'm never going to do a beef dinner and then try to down a whole beer again. We've been eating pretty light, and as we adjust to fall, my tummy's kind of tiny. But that's it. He doesn't mind. Do your best. Even if you get stuck on your beer, I think I can do the last bit. Even if you get stuck on your beer, he's okay. If you did your best, pour the rest out as an offering. In fact, the gods have been pretty good to me. Maybe we will take one more sip and pour the rest of this out as an offering outside. I got a nod there, so he is good with that. Usually I pour it out of the can as the offering, but our beer glass may have stuff left in it, but, our hearts are full. We'll come up with a better tagline than that for this series. But seriously, if you guys want this to become a series, go ahead and say below. I'm not going to monetize these, so please remember that there is Patreon, there are memberships, and if you want to make a one-time payment to PayPal so we can keep up the beer or other beverages, we would really appreciate that. Every cent helps. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.